Chelsea and Arsenal battle that will be coming through in the due course of that is the week. Super Sunday, we'll be seeing a lot of things in there. Whereas the Uganda Premier League saw also a couple of games on action. We'll be wrapping up that. But one of the interesting things that I want us to start with is the West Nile Regional League that is ongoing, and it has a lot to do with, of course, what exactly the teams have gotten on board. Now, as we talk, yesterday we did see a very interesting game, Leah Football Club and the team of Leah and the team of Arua City Football Club. Arua City had to welcome Leah right here at that is the home grounds. Their home ground currently, Police Grounds. A game that, of course, saw a lot of turn-up that came through. Leah people came in large number, and others also tried really proving to be very, very good to their way. So, all in all, they had to make sure that, yes, things go their way. But I want us to look into how the result went badly in favor of that is, okay, it was not okay for that is Arua City because they had a lot of banters. But for Leah, it was a very good result. For Arua City, it was a bad result, to say so, right in there. Now, of course, West Nile region still has a couple of games that you could be talking about. How teams are doing, how prepared, of course, teams are looking into. But what did I see from that game? What did I learn? I think there's a lot of things that happened in there. One, I think Arua City needs to do a lot, of course, about how they are to look into the team. If you look at how, of course, the teams lined up, how the team was, how do you even leave out your key striker who has been there, and he's the man who also came in through to see that the game changed, by the way, for that is Arua City Football Club. But all in all, I want to say coaches did their part, because why they couldn't make this work out is because of one thing. And the thing is because coaches failed the players failed to adapt to whatever they're supposed to do. They don't want trainings. That's how Arua City Football Club players are. They are not interested in trainings, and it has affected them a little bit, something that I think is going to be of a challenge to teams like Arua City Football Club, to teams like Leah, in case, of course, they don't. But outstanding performance from the Leah team, because they had all their boys blazing. Though the pitch was very small, but they still tried working out in there. I loved the way that the fans came in large number to see that the team really needed to progress to where they are. So the support has been so big because of whatever came through in there. But all in all, if you look at also what this means to the rest of the teams, I think there's a lack of command in the regional league teams. One, you look at how do players miss all this time and they don't train, they just want to come on match days. I think it's so affecting. It has challenges to be of course, some of the things that have worked out. Now, yesterday, you did see that affecting, of course, the Arua City team, and there are very few players who have been training are the ones that came through to see that they play the game. After losing, of course, they had to go and see how they can get it back, because I don't think it's going to be a very good one for them after all those chances that they have tried pushing in there and things are not working out. And then Nile Hippos played against Padea Rising, a game that ended 1-0. Nile Hippos, a new entrance, but remember Padea Rising is the team that beat also Nebi Central at their own home in Padea, which of course very many were like, how did it happen? And this is what happened. So it was a very big encounter, and this has really given them as new entrants to see that they push very, very hard. Whereas Araka Football Club against Juman Town Council is also another game that we expected to see that have a lot. We had a lot of turn number. Araka was at home in Yumbe. A game that also saw that, of course, the teams needed to prepare and push things. So Araka being home, remember they had won their game against Total by 2-0, winning at the home of Total. 2-0 meant very big, and this time round, by then, Jumani had beaten Team Andruvu by 5-1 at that is Paradise Stadium. So this shows you that Jumani is not an easy team. Of course, they went home. They went away to that is Araka Football Club, but still tried their level best to see that they get at least point in there. So they have to share a spoil, and that gives them an upper hand of still being the table toppers right there. So those are some of the big things that happened yesterday in the games. How about the fixtures that are coming out today? Of course, today I'll be traveling up to Kuluva to say that I watch a game between Kuluva Rainbow and a team of Pakwach Youngsters. And Pakwach Youngsters already landed in the soil of course, Kuluva, waiting for the match to kick off at 4 p.m. according to what I have just gotten onto my desk right here. And Koboko Rising Star will be welcoming Tipsha Football Club, and then Barakala Football Club will be taking on, of course, the team of Total Football Club, as Arua Airfield, who are yet to get also a win, will be playing against Parombo. Now, this game will be at Greenlight Stadium, whereas Kuluva welcomes Pakwach Young Stars. All in all, you would see that these encounters will have to show whatever is there and see how these things move through in there. But all in all, we are waiting to see for this moment. Whereas you also see that the team of Pakwach Youngster, their next game will be against Nebi Central, and then they have Nyangilia against Udramachak, whereas Kochi will be taking on Kokoro United, and Okolo Central taking on Ovisoni, and then Nebi Central again will be playing Paida United. So all this means very, very big, by the way. We shall be expecting to see how the teams are doing. In fact, how they are progressing. Now let's look at how the two zones have their table standings. Jumantown Council, after winning, after playing a draw yesterday, they are 7 points. Nyangilia will have to play their second game today and see if they can get the 3 maximum points and get to number 1. Because Iga Morris, I don't think he will want to leave any chance untouched. That's where he has gone, all the way from Kuluva. Now he has crossed to Nyangilia, and that is one thing that we are waiting to see. And then Tipsha Football Club will be playing against, of course, yes, it's the 4th game. They will be playing today, but they are at number 3. Barakala Football Club also comes through at number 4 with 4 points. Then Araka Football Club at number 5 with 4 points, as Okokoro United at number 6 with 3 points, and Odramachako at number 8 with Koboko Rising at number 7, then Odramachako at number 8. All these people have 3 points. Yumbe Heroes, of course, Yumbe Hotspurs at number 9, and then number 10 is Total with still 3 points. Kochiaban and Andrew will have no point yet out of the games that they played. Andrew played their 3rd game and they were still beaten, so it is so challenging. And in Nyagak zone, you have Alpha Rising Stars taking on, of course, they are already 3 games and they won the game yesterday, leading that table. Nile Hippos also, after playing, winning in there, they have now 7 points. And then you have Pakwach Youngsters that will be playing today. They have already 4 points. And then there's Spider United that will also be tussling it out. And then Navy Central will also be tussling it out. They have 3 points. After 2 games, Kuluva has 3 points. After 2 games, then you have Parombo Missions against, of course, the team of, Paromba at number 7 with 3 points. Padea Rising at number 8 with 3 points after beating Nebi Central. Arua City now still remains with 2 points at number 9. Danger Zone, of course, relegation. Ovisoni at number 10 with 1 point. Then the Okolo Central and Arua Airfield haven't gotten any win out of whatever is there that they have played. So it's so challenging that these teams have not really done well, and they will be waiting for whatever comes through in right away. Let's leave that there and cross over to, that is, of course, some of also the big games that we played yesterday in the Uganda Premier League. Yes, we expected a lot of things, as also you should be getting ready that the big league is coming through as soon as possible, because tomorrow games are going to be there. Even today, we should be expecting some games in there. But 5 key battles that could, of course, decide Vipers versus KCCA. That's one big thing that we shall be coming to say. Now, let's first look into how Express edge, of course, their rivals in the Kampala Derby. It was a very interesting game, as Express earned the bragging rights in that is the Kampala Derby yesterday, of course, the eternal rivalries, the rival Sports Club Villa had with them at St. Mary's, not St. Mary, but that is Ham Stadium, Nachivubo. A very big game, and the closely contested encounter ended 1-0 in favor of, that is, the Red Eagles. Yes, courtesy of that is the late goal from the defender Joseph Ziwa, who came through. Then Sports Club Villa started the better side, especially that is the first half. They had a very big moment, but of course the home side still also tried level best to return stronger after, of course, recess, and eventually found that is the winner in the 79th minute that came through India. This was a very, very big one. Remember, Villa came in this game, I just did tell you, with a very, very solid moment after winning, of course, the game by 5-0 against, of course, UPDF in the recent game last week. Yes, they were very good, but they failed to, of course, find an outlet to see that they dismiss this, or put it past Express Football Club. Now, Express Football Club entry coach, I'm talking about Badru Kadu, reacted on this game, and of course on what played, and of course what really came through about the game reading type that came through right there. Now, of course, Villa, who always also thrive on a pace up front, failed to find, of course, what is called the space on a smaller package at Nachivubo. So it's so big, and we did see that happened in the 23rd minute. Yes, the goalkeeper himself, Norman Angufindru, was the man who started, sustained an injury and was replaced by, that is, James Brandley Wakoroch, who also came into the team after Norman got that injury. So it was not a very big one, but at that is the stroke half, Charles Lukwago, Luanga, not Lukwago, had a glorious chance, effort to put in, that is the lead. But of course, the selfishness couldn't make already him curl it at the back of the net, something that of course affected the game, and they couldn't really get it there. So those are some of the big things when, of course, Sports Club Villa head coach, I'm talking about Molivier Kwaso, was asked why he opted to bring in Isaac Mpaji and Jones. So of course, Senyonka, he said this was the time to read the game, and of course, he expresses on that is himself on how he wanted his team to look like, things that would be working out, but of course, things did not work out. On the other hand, of course, you did see him also bring in Daniel Shabene to suffer, of course, the midfielder, so something that also went in there. But of course, the decisive moments came in, that is the 79th minute, with the Ziwa finishing from a close range after, of course, Ronald Sechiganda failed to clear the ball away. So it was not a very good one for the team, but outstandingly, a lot of things are coming because this win, right now as I talk, takes Express FC to, that is, the 4th place on 12 points, while Sports Club Villa dropped to, that is, 7th on the log on 11 points. So we are waiting to see what this will be like for the team. But today, you'll also be seeing, of course, games come through because we are expecting a lot of games in the Star Times Uganda Premier League on how, of course, teams are preparing, on how teams have to push their ways through. Out of that, you would be expecting, of course, let's say the game of KCCA and Sports Club Vipers. That's a very big battle, of course, clash of the titans, you could say, because they will be expecting also to see that the teams have to go well. Now, as we talk, it's first versus the second, in that is the Uganda Premier League, as I talk, in this very big way. And this game was to take place at KCCA's ground, and that is going to be at Philip Omondi Stadium. So today we're expecting a lot of things, but KCCA, in fact, will take a trip to St. Mary's Chitende to see that they tussle it out at home of Vipers. Both teams came into, that is, the clash in that is a very, very big game and a very good form, I should say, with the Vipers on, that is, the run of the 4 successive wins, while KCCA are also unbeaten so far in their league, and that's how they are. So who are some of those games changes that you could be talking about? One of them is the coaches, I think. John Ayala, Luyinda, and then, of course, Abdallah Mubiru are the names you could talk about, because the two, right now as I talk, if I look at their statistics, the two spent a lot of time working together with Ayala, the assistant to, that is, Mubiru, who will be versing, of course, in various clubs they have moved. So they will be facing themselves head-to-head, including even KCCA by and Vipers that will be coming there. Ayala has, since, if I look also at the statistics here, involved and stood on, that is, his own, trying to see that he needs to push things with the statistics that show that he's very good. Thus, the two coaches understand themselves well, I can tell you, because they being worked together, you should be knowing the philosophy of the other, what exactly the other coach loves doing more, and what exactly he loves changing. But in what was the first time to face in, that is the difference dugouts now. This is what will be coming out, because this season they will be either be finding out how the team has to do. Either one, you should be winning home or the rest, but things still making it there. Now, at home, you did see Wachiso Giant beating KCCA 2-1, at that is our Kisa, before, of course, they returned to in favor at the fixture, because remember, Yala, when he was at Wachiso Giants, that's what he exactly did against KCCA Football Club, and tried so much to push things. But KCCA, remember, beat him, or the team, Wachiso Giants, by 4-0 in the reverse fixture. So we're expecting things work out. What exactly will be the changer still? That is about the coaches. They should be understanding themselves well. But I think about the game changer, you could also talk about Alan Okello and Joel Sen versus, of course, Joel St. George, who has been an outstanding performer. For that is the two different teams in there. KCCA Academy product is finally one of the biggest, enjoying himself or enjoying the game at Vipers, playing with, of course, a smile. And is the star player, that is the St. Mary's Chitende, or the Vipers team, trying always to do in there. You remember, he has been a very good guy, doing a lot of deliveries. He is the only player that can decide a game in a second, in a second. Yeah, every time he makes a move. I would, of course, say that a goal or making an assist, deadly passes that he has gotten in there. Even in the national team, he has done a lot of things for the team. Okello comes up against, of course, and arguably the most intelligent, of course, anchorman in, that is the division in, I'm talking about Joel Serunjoji, who has also been a very good player, pushing in there. And he is trying to do a lot of things, because Serunjoji returned to, that is the team, from suspension. Now he is going to be able to see whether he can do the donkey work up front there by getting the goals for his team. What about Paul Mboa and the man by the names of Brighton Ukani? That's also another tight figure that you could be expecting to watch in these games on how exactly they will be coming. Because from the look of things, I should say Mboa statistically will play the defensive midfield role instead of, that is the defense. Because of one or two things, and because of the challenges I'm seeing here. And yeah, that's a very big one, versatile. Thanks to his role, a change that has come through, because he will be tasked with going head-to-head with, of course, his ex-teammates. One of them is Brighton Ukani, that you could talk about, who appears to be, of course, a rebound. That is KCCA Football Club, and will also be to have, he will have to prove a point to, that is the Chitende, of course, to make a faithful, make sure that he makes in there, who, of course, maybe to praise, maybe he could get a chance to cross over. Yeah, he will be looking forward. So those are some of the head-to-heads that you could be seeing about amongst the players who are going to be meeting, who maybe would be so good. But elsewhere, you also talk about Karim Watambala and Saidi Mayanja, who are also pivotal into, that is the team, for the team of Viper Sports Club. Two box midfielders with, of course, nearly the same attributes that come up against each other in, of course, what is called, or what is expected to be the thrilling and, of course, exciting battle that would be in that midfield right there. And, of course, the two have big engines. Yeah, some people say diesel engines start slowly and, of course, get farther and make, of course, a timely return, I should say, into the team, because they also do good into the scoring areas. They have always been there and have, of course, goal, eye for goal in themselves. The two are always very good. Mayanja is a very clever with, of course, playing 1-2 passes, while, of course, Watambala, I can tell you, has always the ability to make sure that he gets himself to shoot the goal, of course, from a distance. You have seen him do all that for quite a long time. What a battle will be for these two, and you shouldn't really miss to watch that game, because it's going to be one of the high games in there. Hilary Mukundani and also Sadat Anaku. Remember, Anaku is back into the team. This is going to be a very tight contest to see right there, because Mukundani, you should say, has become the best defender at Viper Sports Clubs thanks to his efforts. Yes, consistency and ability that he has always put into the team to make quick decisions and make sure that he gets in there. So he's one of the best, I should say, arguably the best into the Vipers defense line right about now. Not good on that is but of course very, very effective with of course the method of work that is needed by this coach to deliver. Whereas in the firing line sports should be Sadat Anaku, who of course made his second debut for that is the Kasasro Boys with a goal against Maroons Football Club. That means he's going to be doing a lot of things that is expected out of him. He went out to Dundee United but couldn't prosper, couldn't progress very well. Had to return back to that is Uganda to join his former club, KCCA Football Club, and indeed he is doing going to bring some solid game into that. And Anaku is a powerful player. He has a powerful leg. He is pacey and makes of course clever runs behind the defenders, but of course he will have to battle it out with Mukundani, who of course could be also having of course an antidote for him. Yeah, let's wait and see to stop all his runs and see what exactly it is. So we shall be waiting to see who is who in this game. Yes, this is a very big game. Let's leave that there. Elsewhere, who could be another names to talk about at Vipers? What if you don't talk about Milton Carissa? Will Vipers be really a team to reckon with? No, of course. What about Eunice Santamu, who of course is also another one who will be probably on task, on a lot of task to see that a lot of questions that will be coming in there, and because they will be facing names like Mustafa Mujuzi, Muhammad, who of course has also been big one, while expecting of course drilling battles between the Vipers fullback and Grand Matsko. Not forgetting Derek Ndahiro, by the way, against either Etwin Katenge, Usama Arafat, and of course the youngster himself, Shafiq Nana, of course Kyukiriza, who has also been a very, very outstanding performer. I was just looking at the two sides, how their teams could be looking like, and these names I've mentioned could be the talking points of the KCCA Viper Sports Club game this very afternoon. So what would be your say is one thing that you could be also wanting to know, but all in all, things are still moving on well. So that's one of the big games you could be coming in there. Now, Uganda women confident to see that they will be putting in a lot of things, though late arrival, for that is the 2024 Africa Sevens in Ghana. We did talk about rugby for quite a long time. Yesterday we did see the team set off and of course depart for that is Ghana, as they reached late though. But of course they were initially supposed to travel on Wednesday afternoon. But of course after shockingly missing their departure flight, they couldn't go. And now the Uganda women's 7 national team, as I talk, traveled and touched down very well at Kotoka, that they talked about international airport. That was yesterday by 2 p.m. and in the local time you could say 5 p.m. Right here. That was on Friday, which was yesterday. So it was a very big one, but this does not leave them aside, because they say that this is just an hour before that is the women's 2024 kickoff. By the way, Rugby Sevens kickoff on Saturday, and that is the University of Ghana Rugby Stadium. Only one other country, Mauritanians, were yet to arrive in that is the country, because they also didn't go early, despite being of course visibly fatigued from the journey. Yes, the team Uganda remained focused, and from that is the journey, and they said they are going to be remaining focused and of course resolute to what exactly has brought them right there. So they will be looking forward to see that they get everything possible to push the team and make sure they continue with their way in there. And according to that is the coach himself, Charles Onen, say that we had some flight challenges, but of course we find it here, and those are just things that are normally happen in such moments, but they are not dragging us away from that is the target we set for the tournament. That's what he had to say. But likewise, to the captain of the team, Peace Lekuru, was also briefed in her remarks as she affirmed Uganda's readiness and says that it was just a long journey, and that of course then things will be okay. Things did not go well, but they will be okay. but that's not an excuse. We are still coming in hard way, and every possible way. That's what Lekuru had to say. So Uganda will be tussling it out against Senegal, Zambia, Cote d'Ivoire. And these are some of the games that will be coming. And this is a very big one. And this that they will face will be a knockout, because Uganda will have to make sure that they come back with a very, very big one. So let's wait and see how this would be, how it would maybe shining there. But all in all, that is what we are expecting. Uganda result that went through, I can give you right here, because the Rugby Sevens is one of the biggest teams, one of the biggest sports that you can talk about. Now, Uganda women marked their return to, that is the University of Ghana yesterday after that. But they also played with a convincing 48 to nil victory over, that is, Cote d'Ivoire in their first game. So their speech had a very good move in the first round, and the women's 7 will now have to put a lot of things, because a couple of players had a very good play. Talk about Maimuna Nasozi had a very good, outstanding play. Lydia Namabiru all had 2 scores for the team. Unity, of course, Namula had a very good move, and Peace Lekuru also had 2. And not forgetting, of course, Grace Auma, who scored 7 of, that is, the 8 tries for Uganda, whereas the 8 was a penalty try awarded in the second half. So this is a very big one. Tina Akelo was also outstanding, and of course, I did tell you they tried their level best. So Uganda is so far moving on well in the in the world of rugby, and we shall be waiting to see how this could be working out. Can I tell you something? So shockingly, jokingly, a friend told me that what the problem with the Chitara could be is because they have an issue. Yeah, they left Masindi in a bad way, so they should go and ask for forgiveness. But I don't believe, maybe. Sports Club Chitara couldn't really get a win. They have now gone without wins. And Bright Star yesterday secured their first win of the season after, of course, overcoming helpless Chitara Football Club yet again. This was at Kavma Recreational Center. A lonely goal of Nelson Senkatuka in the first half was, of course, the very, very big eventual decider for this team, and a closely contested games that, of course, went in there. Senkatuka was that is the end of Pascal or Kocha's low cross that came in there in the 34th minute. Yes, it was a very big one. Now Chitara continued with a manifest, failing to find efficiency. And that is the final third, but of course they have done a lot. Coach Waswa Bosa, who replaced Brian Senyondo 2 weeks ago, has had, of course, a torrid start in there, because losing their first 2 games in charge was not a bad one, and this is a very, very big one. So what next? Are they firing Bosa, or they adding another name? It's a question of 1,000 people, of course, asking what exactly next for, that is, the Sports Club Vipers game. I mean, the Chitara people. Omedi is quiet. What is not happening in this team? Deo, what is not happening, Mr. President? Of course, Chitara Football Club, because you said this was the